Hello to my friends at Dyersburg Primary School. I hope you had a wonderful spring break and you had a lot of fun this week, and now you're ready to come back and learn a bunch. Miss Vanessa is really excited to bring to you a book today that goes along with your theme, Nature All Around Us, How Do Plants Grow? This book is called Up in the Garden and Down in the Dirt, and it's written by Kate Messner. Kate Messner is the author, so she wrote the beautiful words. And art is by Christopher Silas Neal. So he's the illustrator. He drew these beautiful pictures. So have you ever wondered when you look at a garden, what is happening down below the soil? There's a lot going on down there that's keeping those plants growing and keeping them healthy. This book is published by Chronicle Books. Up in the garden, I stand and plan, with my hands full of seeds and my head full of dreams. Look at that, can you see? It looks kind of like it's still winter, doesn't it? I see white on the ground, and it looks cold. They're not wearing shorts, they're wearing boots and coats and hats, and there they are. And can you see the raised flower beds all around them? They may be a garden. Maybe not flowers, might be vegetables. We'll have to find out, won't we? Spring sun shines down to melt the sleepy snow. Wind whistles through last year's plants, and mud sucks at my rain boots. It's not quite time, Nana says. Down in the dirt. Things need to dry out and warm up. What's down there, I asked. Have you ever dug in the dirt to see what was down there? Let's see if Nana knows. Down in the dirt is a whole busy world of earthworms and insects digging and building and stirring up soil. They are already working down in the dirt. Look at all of those insects and worms. Oh, look at that. There's a caterpillar. There's a worm. There's a snail. There's a bug. There's a slug. There's a centipede. There's some more bugs, ladybugs. Oh, I see ants. I was wondering if oh, there's a spider. I knew there'd be a spider, but I couldn't find him. Ooh. All getting the soil ready for your plants. Up in the garden, we snap brittle stalks, scoop rusty armfuls, and wheel away weeds for the chickens. While they squabble and scratch, we spread compost over the soil. Getting the garden ready and taking care of the chickens. Down in the dirt, peel bugs chew through last year's leaves. I give a gentle poke. They roll up tight and hide in plated suits of armor. Roly-poly round. Let's see if we can find that roly-poly. There is one on its back, and there is one all wound up, all armored up so you can't hurt it. When I was little, we called those potato bugs, and here we call them roly-polies. And it sounds like there they call them pill bugs where she lives. Up in the garden, it's time to plant. I trail a furrow with my finger and sprinkle seeds in a careful row. Give them a drink, Nana says. We pat them down to snuggle in the dark. They're planting their seeds. See how those beds now are all cleaned out? Do you remember when we first saw them? There were all kinds of old sticky plants that had survived the winter that were all dried up in there. They cleaned all that out. Probably put more soil in there, and they got it good and fresh and ready to go. And then, do you see her line she's talking about? And she put those seeds right in those furrows. Down in the dirt, a tomato hornworm rests, waiting for wings, and the leaves where she'll lay her eggs. And there's that worm down in the dirt. And that's where they're watering that dirt. Up in the garden, carrot plants sprout, pea blossoms bloom, wasps are on the prowl, and honeybees visit, legs loaded with pollen. Oh, look at the plants growing up in the garden now. And under the dirt, can you see their roots reaching down into the dirt to give them enough stability so they can grow up out of the dirt? And then underneath, that's where also they get their water. They're going to pull that water and those nutrients up from that soil and feed that plant. And what's down there under the dirt with them? I see worms, don't you? Worms help your garden, don't they? I weed and wilt in the sun so strong, even Nana looks for shade. Down in the dirt, earthworms tunnel deep. I'm jealous of their cool, damp, dark. They're there taking a break after all of that hard work. And then down underneath, you can see the worms in the cool, cool ground. It might be nice to be in the ground on a hot day, but I think on a cold day, I'd rather be out in the sun. What do you think? Up in the garden, rain shower. Nana turns the hose on me. Eee! Look at that garden. Look at the difference in the garden just from the beginning of the book. Can you see what has grown in the garden? And look at Nana, she's got the hose. Looks like she has gotten the birds a little bit of water too, hasn't she? That water might feel good on a hot day. I hide behind the cucumber vines, but their leaves can't save me. I shiver and laugh, drenched in Nana's rain. Down in the dirt, water soaks deep. Roots drink it in, and a long-legged spider stilt walks over the streams. Let me find that long-legged spider so I can show it to you. There. She is hiding in the cucumber vines, but I see water all in the bottom of the garden, so I think it's come right through those leaves and soaked her in the ground. And then if you look really closely right there, you can see that spider stepping over that water. Up in the garden, there's so much to eat. Ladybugs feast on aphids. Nana Nana crunches green beans. I bite a ripe tomato warm from the sun. Juice dribbles down my chin. There's a ladybug. See, eating those little bitty green aphids that are in the bottom of the leaf. And there's Nana and our friend eating yummy things from the garden. Down in the dirt, a robin's beak finds a cricket, a beetle, and a grub. Slugs are scrumptious too. So that is a very close-up picture of down in the garden. And can you see all those little bugs? And that robin is going to eat them for breakfast. Up in the garden, we pick cukes and zucchini, harvesting into the dark. Bats swoop through the sunflowers, and I pluck June bugs from the basil until it's time for bed. Hard, hard work to keep a garden going, isn't it? They're doing a good job. Look at them up there on that hill. Got their wheelbarrow. The moon's in the sky. That's late at night, too, in the summer. Down in the dirt, skunks work the night shift. They snuggle and dig and gobble cutworms while I sleep. And there's the skunks taking care of the garden. I like the idea of them eating the bugs if the bugs hurt the leaves, but I think sometimes animals like skunks and rabbits eat parts of your garden too. That might not be so good. But that skunk is helping them out right now. Up in the garden, a praying mantis wakes to hunt mosquitoes. Nana sprays away the aphids, and I'm after grasshoppers, ready to swoosh. But there's a praying mantis. There's Nana spraying the hose, and there's trying to find the grasshopper. It says swoops, but ... So let's turn the page and find out what happens. Snap! Someone else is faster. Down in the dirt, a smooth, shining garter snake crunches on supper. Ooh, I don't think I would want to be trying to catch the same grasshopper as a snake, even if it was a little garter snake. I don't like snakes too much. Up in the garden, the wind grows cool. Pumpkins blush orange and sunflowers bow to September. Nana ties them together to build a house for reading. That is neat. Would you like to read in a sunflower house? Oh, I think I would really like to read in a sunflower house. That would be fun. Down in the dirt, an orb weaver spins her web, strand by silken strand. She'll munch on moths tonight. Oh. There are the pumpkins, and there is the spider weaving her web, and there are the moths that are getting caught into the web. Up in the garden, colored leaves litter the squash vines, and we know the cold is coming. Hurry, hurry and harvest. There's enough for the neighbors too. Down in the dirt, frantic ants gather what we leave behind. They're storing food for cooler days ahead. Ooh, look at those fall leaves in the dirt. Look at those ants down underneath. Up in the garden, frost draws lace on leftover leaves, where secret egg sacs hang waiting for the warm to return. We say goodbye and spread the winter blankets. Down in the dirt, beetles burrow, ants scurry home, earthworms curl tight in the dark. It's the end of their garden. It's fall, almost winter. When Grandpa calls us in for soup, an autumn moon is rising. Up in the garden, dry corn stalks tremble and the wind smells like winter. But long, ripe days of summer still rest in the garden beds. The ladybugs and bumblebees, earthworms and ants are hunkered down, hiding, biding their time. Dreaming of sunshine and blossoms and sprouts, under the bare arms of trees and the blanketing snow, a whole new garden sleeps down in the dirt. See the dreams of the insects, how they dream of the garden up overhead. It's going to come in the spring after the snow melts. I like that book. In the back, it's got information about the animals she talked about. And it's got pictures of the flowers they talked about. And it's got a note from the author. So if you come in and get this book, she's got a whole series of them that are up over something and down underneath that tell you all the background story about nature. I love this book. And I'm so glad that you joined me today. And I want to know, what do you see in your garden right now? And what do you think is happening below it? You be good for your teachers today, okay? And we will see you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.